Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Gordon Lemming Field here in West Lafayette as our Lafayette Jeff Broncos take on our cross-river rivals, the West Lafayette Red Devils. And Colin Marriott, right-handed pitcher, pitching for the West Lafayette Red Devils, 15-7 on the year. Broncos 16-5-2. Nick McCallum leading off for the Broncos. First pitch of the game is up high for a ball.
Well, Sweet Lou, if you're Colin Marriott or Riley Eberhard today, you're going to pick up about 5 mile an hour on your fastball the way the wind's blowing there.
Absolutely. The wind's really blowing. Here's a pitch up high for ball 2. The men in blue tonight, behind home plate, Sean Laux, and on the bases is Michael Buss. So we've got 2 balls, no strikes. There's a called strike through the plate. Very, very summer-like day here in West Lafayette. It is warm, and the wind is blowing straight in from left field.
Yeah, it is. It picks up at times. It's blowing really hard out today, Sweet Lou.
3 balls, 1 strike. And a pitch on the inside corner for called strike 2, and the count's full 3-2.
Yeah, if you're a hitter, if you want to keep the ball down and hard, I mean, you can't hit it in the air today. You're not going to. I don't think Barry Bonds can get one out of here today.
Here's a 3-2 pitch from Marriott. It's a ground ball up the middle. And as they say, there goes the no-hitter as Nick McCallum hits a base hit up the middle. First hit of the ball game.
Number 2, the shortstop, Justin Walker.
It's a good swing by Nick McCallum there, Sweet Lou. I got to tell you, man, it's starting to get real. Justin, well, they finished school. Last day is Thursday, and Justin reports down on IU June 18th. They start their recruiting class starts summer school June 19th for about 8 weeks. And, well, the baseball team takes 6 credit hours.
There's a base hit into right field off the bat of Justin Walker, and 2 batters up and 2 batters with base hit, 1 to center by McCallum and 1 to right field.
The batter,
what I was saying, Sweet Lou,
Chandler Ferguson.
He'll take 6 credit hours from like June 19th through July 30th, and they can't do any baseball things with the coaches, but they can work every day. They'll work 5 days a week with the strength and conditioning coaches. So hopefully he'll come back with a little muscle on him, but we'll see.
And Chandler Ferguson steps into the batter's box. He's a DH today, batting for catcher Christian Sanders. There's a pitch outside, ball 1 from Marriott. Runners on first and second. Cowman on second. Walker on first for the Jeff Broncos. Marriott looks back, stretches, pitches. And there's a called strike through the heart of the plate.
Well, so
count even 1-1.
We get runners on base early, first and second. But, man, as you know, we've been to say we've been bad, running the bases would be a severe understatement. So hopefully we've cleaned some of that up. I know Coach McTaggart's been working with the kids a lot. And that's all you can do, because there's some of the things that we haven't been very good on. They know. It's just they're having those kind of brain cramps when they're on the field. So hopefully we can learn from that before sectional play.
I know that was a point of emphasis for practice yesterday, so hopefully got the bugs out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runners on first and second for Jeff here in the first inning. Pitch up high for ball. Evens a count 2-2.
The thing they have to know is, similar to Tyson Schumann, Owen Walbaum has a tremendous arm behind the plate, and he's not afraid to show it. So you have to be careful out there. Don't get too far on your leads, because they'll backpick you. There's
a base hit into right field. Might be a play at the plate, and there's not. As Chandler Ferguson, that pitch was way outside. He just stuck his bat out there and got a base hit just past the second baseman, Adams, for a base hit.
Yeah, that was the epitome of the old excuse me swing there, Sweet Lou. I mean, it's a good job by Chandler, because the home plate umpire, Sean Laux, called a couple balls a little bit outside of Chandler, and Chandler didn't take it for granted with 2 strikes. That's a really piece of hitting by Chandler Ferguson there. Really,
and the Broncos are on the board and lead by a score of 1-0. Now batting Clay Bowman, cleanup batter. So Ferguson gets an RBI, 3rd hit for the Broncos here in the first inning.
Yeah, 3 hits and none of the other than Nick McCalmans was right up the middle. I don't know Cousins or Ferguson really exceptionally hard. They just been in the right spot.
There's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Even count 1-1 on Bowman. Nobody out, 1 run in for Jeff in the first inning. Colin Marriott, right-handed pitcher for the Red Devils of West Lafayette. He stretches and pitches. And a pitch down in the dirt. Stopped by Wallbaum behind the plate. 2 balls to strike.
Really good job defensively there by Owen Wallbaum. Dropped and blocked. That's textbook there, Sweet Lou. That's how you like to see it.
Now Marriott. Here's a pitch. That's inside for a ball. 3-1 now.
Clay almost got hit there. I think he would have been pretty upset. Remember that McCutcheon game on Saturday, he got intentionally walked three times.
Yeah, he wasn't a happy camper on Saturday.
No, he wasn't. You make that trip all the way down to Kokomo just to get intentionally walked. Heck, they could have told him that before he took the bus trip, Sweet Lou.
Yeah. 3 balls, 1 strike on Clay Bowman. Cole Bridge in the on-deck circle. There's a called strike through the heart of the plate. The count's full now, 3-2.
Nice fastball there by Colin Marriott on the outer third of the plate for strike 2. Full count on Clay Bowman. Runners on first and second with no outs.
Here comes a 3-2 pitch. And a ground ball in the infield. Third baseman Meeks going to make a throw to first base in time. And both runners move up, so that's the first out.
That is a really nice play there by the third baseman Kirby Meeks. That was kind of a slow chopper hit by Clay Bowman. Got jammed up a little bit. But Kirby Meeks comes running, makes a nice run-through play, throwing on the run, throws a strike over to his first baseman, August Schott, who's a big boy. So he's got a lot of room for error over there, but really nice play by Kirby Meeks.
Brings up the right fielder, Cole Bridge, for the Broncos. Runners on second, third, 1 out here in the first inning. Walker on the third. Ferguson, good lead at second base. There's a pitch up high, ball 1, Cole Bridge. As Colin Marriott now, well, he did go for the windup. Now he's back to the stretch position.
Cole Bridge, the sophomore that came up probably the midway point of the season.
There's a ground ball right to the second baseman, Adams. He's going to go to first, and in to score comes Justin Walker. So a ground out by Bridge, but he does get an RBI, and the Broncos, Lafayette Jeff, now lead 2-0.
Batter, number 18, playing third base.
Really?
Rice Marcus.
You know, that's a really good team at bat there by Cole Bridge. Not trying to do too much in that situation. You don't want to cute. You just put the play on the ground there, you're going to get a run. It's tough on a day like today. Normally you're trying to drive a ball to the outfield there. You look for one to be a little bit up right at your belt buckle, try to drive in the outfield. With that wind blowing the way it is, I think that was a great approach by Cole Bridge.
There's a line drive right into center field and right at Huffins. So first pitch swinging is Bryce Marcus, and he lines out to the center fielder, and that ends the inning. But the Broncos do damage here on top of the first inning. They scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and a runner left after a half inning here from West Lafayette. It's Lafayette Jeff 2 and Red Devils coming to bat. We'll take a short audio break. You're watching Bronco Baseball. Sweet Lou, Jeff Satterback here at West Lafayette, and a beautiful day for baseball. It's like a summer day here. For the pitcher and the
13 and 7 on the air. Number 9, the center fielder, Zach Coughlin.
So we got center fielder Zach Huffins ready to face left-handed pitcher Riley Eberhardt for the Broncos. Chris, we really need to get really sharp here. We're probably going to, no doubt, we got our 1-2 with Chandler Ferguson probably going in that first game a week from tomorrow against Logansport and Riley Potts, but we're going to need this left-hander to be sharp in the sectional.
That's right. And I say it every time Riley goes out there. Riley normally struggles in his first inning of work, but if he gets to that first inning, that's when he bears down, and he's pretty good after that. So the key for him is always getting to a good start.
Fly ball hit the deep right field, and the right fielder, Cole Bridge, after sort of circling out there, the wind really got a hold of that baseball, and Cole Bridge hauls it in for out number 1.
It didn't look the prettiest, but that's a tough play that Cole Bridge made there, and it's really impressive. I mean, he has looked tremendous in the opportunities he's gotten out there since being brought up to the varsity level. He has looked really good. I think he's finding his home in right field for the next few years for the Broncos.
There's a pitch on the outside corner to Owen Warren, catcher, batting left-handed.
Tell you what, Sweet Lou, it's great to keep Huffins off the bases because he can flat out fly.
Lefty versus lefty here. Curveball, and that hits wall bomb as he gets hit on the hands and heads down to first base.
Wearing number 7, the pitcher, Colin Marriott.
Owen's not a stranger to getting hit by pitches. He's a left-handed hitter that stands on the top of the plate, and when he leans over, his arms are basically over the plate. So, as a pitcher, you got to be really, really precise if you're going to go inside on wall bomb, and Riley just missed with a breaking ball there.
So West Lafayette has a runner's base, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. There's a pitch to Colin Marriott, the pitcher, batting right-handed, pitcher versus pitcher for ball 1. And you're exactly right, Chris. And get the bugs out here on Eberhardt the first couple innings here. He can settle down. There's a foul ball back to the screen off the bat of Marriott. He takes a pretty good cut there. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sweetly, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, if we want to do what we really want to do, it's going to take a really good Riley Eberhardt because, like you said, I mean, you would think that Ferguson would throw that first game against Logansport, and if we're fortunate enough to win that one, you'd have to come back with your 2 pots against either Zionsville or Kokomo. And if you're lucky enough to get by that one with the new Indiana high school pitching rules, my guess is, you're going to have to go with your number 3 or your next best starter. And for us, that would be Riley Eberhardt, who is really good, but he just usually struggles in that first inning of work.
Call strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
But he's got
ball bomb on first.
He's gotten a lot of experience over the last years, serving as our number 2 last year with Riley Potts being out with the Tommy John surgery. So Eberhardt has got a lot of experience. He's a good pitcher.
Curveball swung on and missed, and Marriott goes down. Swing.
Playing left field. Luke
for out number 2. So that brings up Luke Talukian, batting right-handed. Left fielder. Takes a pitch down low for ball 1.
Man, I go back, tell you how far I go back with these kids. So I remember when Luke Talukian's playing Battleground in the youth program, and all of his teammates, every time, Skip Sturgeon coaching those teams, and every time he comes to the plate, his whole team would say, Luke Talukian, Luke. And I'm telling you, we would go, seriously, last time I'm falling asleep to Talukian because I knew we were going to get ready to play these guys today. So, man, I'm telling you, a lot of memories playing some of these kids over the years and coaching against them. 1
ball, 1 strike, and there's a pitch fouled off to the right and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Luke Talukian.
It's funny to see some of the kids, and when they're 8, 9, 10, 11 playing baseball, and then you see them at the high school and they mature, and you see them playing their additional sports. Man, it's a fun ride watching these. That's a good swing.
And there's a base hit down the right field line. Rounding second, Wallbaum's going to hit into third base, and Luke in with a stand-up double.
The fifth spot, number 34, playing first base.
That's a really, really good swing by Luke Tolukin. He just took I think it was a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and he didn't try to do too much with it. He hit it right down the right field line drive over the first base of Nick Ewell's head. That's a textbook piece of hitting there by Luke Tolukin for the double. I guess I'm going to be singing that tune some more tonight, Sweet Lou.
Yeah. Well, that's the first hit for the Red Devils there in the game. 2 outs, runners on second, third. Go-ahead run at home plate as the Broncos have a 2-0 lead here at the bottom of the first inning.
Well, let's see what Eberhard can do. See if he can bear it out and get out of this with any further damage. And this is a big batter for him.
Augie Schott, the first baseman, right-handed batter. He hits a ground ball to Walker, gets a nice Sunday hop. He goes to first base to Nick Ewell, and that ends the inning. So the Broncos, or the Red Devils, go away having an opportunity to go right. Got it no runs on a hit. There were 2 runners left.
You know, Sweet Lou,
We played an inning. Go ahead, Chris.
You called it perfectly. That ball was hit pretty hard, and I took that Sunday hop right to Justice. That ground is pretty hard out. The dirt is pretty hard out there. It's really dry, and then that ball can really skip and get on you in a hurry. So you're lucky. You are fortunate. Maybe because our family church on Sunday was able to get that Sunday hop.
And the Broncos, this is the final week of regular season. Broncos will take tomorrow off. Wednesday and Thursday will be our senior night as the Broncos will host the team from Indianapolis Lutheran. And if we get that in, that'll be a long presentation as we've got 13 seniors here on the Lafayette Jeff roster here in 2017. And then on Saturday, another big day at Loeb Stadium. The Broncos will host Indianapolis Carter Ritter in a doubleheader. And after that will be the annual Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony. So you want to be around for that. Again, both of us, Thursday and Saturday is all weather permitting. The kind of hit-and-miss showers they're talking about in the coming days. But, of course, next week from tomorrow, then it all starts over.
For the Lafayette Jeff Broncos.
As the Broncos will
center fielder, playing center field number 26, J.T. Williams.
Head over to Kokomo for the 2017 IHSA Kokomo sectional and take on the Logan Sport Berries next Wednesday. That game starts at 6 o'clock. Top of the second inning, Colin Marriott winds and delivers. Pitch a pipe for a ball to J.T. Williams. 2-0 Lafayette leading in the top of the second inning. Pitch up high, ball 2. Williams, number 7 hitter, playing center field for Jeff. 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Broncos here in the second inning. Pitch up high, ball 3, 3-0.
Well, I'd like to see JT find his way on base. Good speed, needs some speed on the bases.
Here's the 3-0 pitch coming. And that's in there for a called strike, 3-1. Well, I'll be paying attention up north tonight after I get off Chris. My Cincinnati Reds will be at Wrigley Field to take on the world champion Chicago Cubs. Battle for first place.
I can't believe you gave the Cubs the credit to say world champion before that. I like it. You're in this guy, Sweet Lou. You know that?
Yeah. Walk for J.T. Williams. He's on first base. Yeah, we got Mr. Cardinal Bob Nicholson on the mic here. If this game gets over, he may get a helicopter and get to Wrigley Field in time to announce up there in the season. There's a bunt attempt, and that's foul off the bat of Riley Everhart, pitcher versus pitcher.
Speaking of that broadcast, I'd be remiss if I don't thank the MTC Sports crew and the Purdue family for having myself and Scott McCauley on Friday and Saturday doing work for the Big Ten and MT Sports calling that Purdue-Michigan series, and I'll tell you, that Michigan team is extremely impressive.
Yeah, I watched most of that. Listen, you guys did they did a nice job all season. Foul ball down the left field line. Really glad. I know you told me at least last year that MTC Sports and the Big Ten Network kind of knock heads, even though the Big Ten Network wasn't going to be there. They weren't going to let MTC Sports. I'm glad they maybe went to Bruno's, had pizza, talked it over, and worked things out. And yeah, I know Orlando's downstairs. He'll be bringing up a large pizza for us after bed, I'm sure.
Yeah, O's been on me several times when I've been over at Purdue this year, asking me how can I, being a former baseball rapper, how can I let my son go play in Indiana? And I keep telling him, I said, hey man, it's not my choice. I'm there to support him. And
called strike three on Eberhardt. That's out number one here in the top of the second. He gets caught looking.
That one's a little bit out. That's a tough one.
So that's out number one. Brings up number 9 batter in the Bronco batting order, left-handed batting first baseman Nick Ewell. Runner on first is Williams. Marriott, there's a runner going. Pitches a ball, throws it out a second, not in time, and a stolen base for Williams.
You know, really good speed, but a tremendous jump by JT. He stole that off of Colin Marriott. I mean, Owen Walmart has an absolute gun, though. That was pretty impressive for him to make that the close. But on the flip side of that, JT Williams got to get dirty. I mean, you can't. I mean, if you try to go on a base full speed like that, inherently you're going to slow up going to the base, because if you don't, you're going to overrun the base. So, I mean, that's just, again, that goes into that base running thing that we've been talking about.
Yeah, he didn't slide. He just kind of he takes his lead at second, pitch outside, ball one to Ewell. Evens the count, 1-1 strike with 1 out. Runner on second base for Lafayette Jeff and JT Williams. Broncos leading 2-0. Marriott. And there's a balk called on Marriott as he went from the stress position and then stopped and then started back up again. So Williams moves to third base on the balk.
So, Lou, I have a question for you. I just thought of something here. Is a balk considered an error?
Yeah, not necessarily. There's a pop-up in fair territory for Marriott. That's a fair ball, body at home plate, and in the score comes Williams.
I think that would have to go down as an E1, Lou, but that's one of those where it's tough. You know, you see it at the next level, especially in college. You know, they'll let the pitcher in there and catch that ball, but that's one of those where it's going to be tough for the catcher, Owen Walbaum. He's going to have to get out in front of the plate and get his back to the infield, because that backspin is going to come, bring that ball back toward the infield. That's a tough play there.
Well, an error's going to be charged to Marriott. And there's a line drive base hit into right field off the bat of McCalman. There's a throw down to second base. McCalman's out of there. Ewell moves over to third base.
So Ewell's at third. McCalman gets a 1B. Would you say that's a
line drive to right field?
9-2-6 on the putout.
Ewell stops a second, so we're going to credit him with a single, and then McCalman gets thrown out, trying to go to second on the last play.
No, but that's another situation. If you're Nick McCalman on that opportunity, all you have to do on that one is
line drive over the second baseman's head into right field. Ewell comes in, score. It's now 4-0 in favor of Jeff.
What I was saying was, well, first of all, just wondering about Justin. Glad to see him wait on a curveball, because that's a pretty good pitch by Marriott. He did a nice job of waiting on that, not trying to do too much of the line drive in the right center field. But back to Nick McCalman's play, you're running that play in front of you. Owen Walbaum, he was out by 10 steps. On that one, stop, didn't run down, and you allow your runner at third base to score.
There goes Walker to second base. Hit first slide.
And
Justin Walker now in scoring position for Broncos with a stolen base.
And Owen Walbaum smartly goes out there to tell his pitcher, hey, man, give me an opportunity. These guys are getting 4 steps before I get the ball. You know, they're not giving Owen a chance back there. And like I said, to the folks that are listening or watching at home, Owen Walbaum's arm, the TV may not do it justice. He can really throw the baseball, but when your pitcher is not giving you an opportunity, when he's allowing decent leadoffs and then 4 steps on the jump, I mean, heck, Yadier Molina wouldn't be able to throw anyone out here today.
Pitch outside, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 4-0 in favor of Jeff. 2 runs in the first. We got 2 runs here in the second. There are 2 outs. Justin Walker on his second base. He's got a good lead out there in second. Chandler Ferguson, the batter. Pitch on the inside, low, ball 2, 2-1. Colin Marriott throws back to second base, and Walker back safely.
Yeah, I know I'm going to sound like a mean dad. I'm going to say it anyway. Get dirty. His mama washed the uniform, I promise. She's nice, you know. She'll do it.
There's a ball hit to the shortstop off his gloves and goes into left field, and Justin Walker comes in to score.
We're going to rule out
probably be another error. Yeah.
But that, again, that's a tough play there by Charlie Ho because, like I said, the ground's dirt is dry and it's fast. You know, I think the best Charlie's going to be able to do on that is backhand and try to knock it down and keep it in front. But when he allows to ricochet off of him, that allows Justin to score from second base.
3 runs in now for Jeff. They lead 5-0, and the batter's Clay Bowman. Bowman 0 for 1 on the day. Chandler Ferguson on at first base here by the shortstop, Ho. That's the second error in the inning here for West Lafayette. There's a line drive, and that falls in front of Huffman to center field. That's another hit for Jeff. How many hits do you have? You have for 5 hits?
I will tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our 6th hit right there.
6th hit, yep.
The batter, right fielder, number 5, Cole Bridge.
So it puts runners on first and second, 2 outs.
I'll be honest. I mean, it's a good because, as you know, man, we have not hit the ball well at all this year. We have really, our record looks pretty good, but we have a lot of ugly wins, you know. And again, in the season, you don't really care if they're ugly or not. You want them to be in the right side tally. But I mean, we have not hit the ball very well. I think we came into this game hitting 264, I believe, as a team, and that's just not. I mean, when you have the 2 aces at the top with Ferguson and Potts, you know, if we could score 2 or 3 runs a game and score early when they pitch, it's going to be hard to beat us.
Well, you know, you don't lose your last game. Of course, last game we played against Logan Sport, we were ahead 7-1, and we just fell apart in the field, and
sure did.
Just able to hang on. We had a big inning later on. There's ball 1 to Cole Bridge. We were able to have another big inning after that, won the game 13-6, but there's ball 1, 1-0 to Cole Bridge. He's 0 for 1. Marriott stretches, pitches. That's down low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Chandler Ferguson on at second. Clay Bowman on at first. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Broncos here. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Stretching the pitch. And that's a called strike on the outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Again, I've said it several times. Cole Bridge has really, really done a tremendous job since being called up from the JV team. He just, you know, he coach didn't do him any favors. That first game he had to face Jack Penn's one of the best ones in the state. Probably the best in the state.
Ho, and he goes the easy way. Underhands Adams a section. That forces out Bowman to end the inning. But the Broncos come up with 3 runs. I think we got 3 hits.
Hits, then
3 runs, 3 hits. There were 2 errors, and we got 2 runners left on.
In the top of the second for the Broncos, 3 runs on 3 hits. There were 2 West Lafayette errors and 2 men left on base.
So we'll take a short break. You're watching Bronco baseball here on the web. Sweet Lou, Jeff Luzader back here in Gordon Lemming Field in West Lafayette. We head into the bottom of the second inning. Your Lafayette Jefferson Broncos leading by a score of 5-0. West Lafayette sending up 6, 7, and 8 hitters to face Riley Eberhardt. Again, Chris and I have talked it over before. We need to get Eberhardt sharp here, get ready for the section next week. And, of course, you talked about Ferguson going the distance and probably Potts going the distance, but, you know, Coach McTaggart can always get Eberhardt in for a few innings in each one of those games, Chris, to and then we can bring Ferguson back if need be.
And you're right, and I'm sure they'll try that, but, man, I just think it seems like with the schedule being condensed again, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, I just think, in my opinion, arm, it's so hard to get started and go. Even if Chandler goes like 50 pitches, the limit is where he can come back on the day. That's a huge ask. I mean, it's tough to ask that.
There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now on shortstop, Charlie Ho, batting right-handed for the Red Devils of West Lafayette. There's a ground ball to the third baseman, Bryce Marcus, across the diamond to Nick Yule for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here at the bottom of the second.
Bryce Marcus shows a really strong arm right there. Nice play by Bryce. Gets kind of a 2 or 3 hopper right to him. Fields it cleanly, makes a strong throw over to his first baseman, Nick Yule. Nice play, Bryce.
Brings up Adrian Sanchez, the designated hitter. He's batting for Meeks, third baseman for West Lafayette. Up in the pitch. First pitch swinging is Sanchez.
You know, Sweet Lou, I know this it's not your era, but, man, West Lafayette, their walk-up songs, that's more like my era. I'm jamming all their walk-up songs, I'm telling you.
There's a pitch high and away. Evens the count, 1-1 strike. Beautiful day for baseball here in West Lafayette. Pitch high and away, ball 2.
It is funny, though, how the high school kids now, though, you see it in the pro ball, you see it in college. I mean, not function if they don't have their walk-up song anymore, for crying out loud.
There's a pop-up, and that's over our heads and out of play. Hopefully it didn't get my car back there, but I think I parked far enough away. Maybe Bob Nicholson will pay my window bill if it gets it. So.
It doesn't look like he's going to do that, Sweet Lou.
No? Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a pretty well-hit ball into left center field, and McAlmont is under it for the out.
Now batting number 2, the right fielder, Tyler Boyle.
You said a pretty well-hit ball, and look at the bat it was. It's just one of those days today where you cannot afford to hit the ball in the air to left field because it's not going to go very far.
Yeah, that'll bring up Tyler Boyle right field. Where we saw that when there's a pop-up giving chase and a heck of an effort here by the third baseman, Bryce Marcus, but over in front of the third base dugout, Jeff dugout, and he just a little bit short.
You know what, Sweet Lou, I got to say, we're continuing the trend. We talked about a lot of the really good young basketball players in the area. So we talked about Carson Barrett at CC freshman playing varsity baseball. We talked about Rowan Farrell at McCutcheon playing varsity baseball and play ball. Well, Tyler Batter here, Tyler is another good. He's played some varsity, some basketball for West Lafayette this year. And Tyler, on their summer team, on their Indiana, I believe it's Ice team, Tyler is normally that point guard. So you have Tyler, Avery Beaver from Jeff, Carson Barrett from CC, Rowan Farrell from McCutcheon. That's a pretty darn good basketball team right there.
Well, and getting down to all seriousness, it's good to see these guys go from basketball to baseball.
That's right.
Because we've talked about it on the air before.
Yep.
About being a multi-athlete in 2017.
Oh, wow.
Umpire, you better check at first base.
He can't ask him. And Sean, I love it because in high school, you'd be better ask Coach Strode. Hey, Coach Strode, did he swing? And let him make the decision. There's no way the first base umpire can make that call.
There's a foul ball down the left field line, giving chase. Again, that's foul. And a lot of, again, just like Municipal Stadium, a lot of real estate here in foul territory here at West Lafayette.
Pitcher's best friend. Whoever designed this field is a pitcher. Was his pitcher, Sweet Lou? Telling you.
Count 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tyler Boyle, batting left-handed against the left-handing starter and Riley Everhart for the Jeff Broncos. There's a ground ball. Boom. Boots it. And that'll be the first error for the Broncos.
You know what? I'm telling you, you hit the ball on the ground today, you may have a chance to get on base. It's going to be tough. 'Cause like I said, the ground's going to be tough. But on Clay Bowman, that is going to go down his knee 4. But that's his only chance. Your only chance is a do or die. You got to come and try to pick that on the short hop on the run through and make the throw on the run. And if your ball's going to be saved, yes, you're going to be critical in error. But that's your only chance of making that play right there.
Well, the only consolation is there is 2 outs, and batter is Kyle Adams, the second baseman. So if you're going to make an error, base is empty and 2 outs, time to do it. First error for the Broncos. West Lafayette's committed 2 errors here. Bottom of the second inning. No balls, 1 strike. And a pop-up down the right field line. Bridge coming in. And it looks like he was in fair territory by about a step and makes the play to end the inning. So no runs.
In the bottom of the second inning of the Red Devils, no runs,
no hits, and 1 error.
Jeff Air and 1 runner left on base.
We played 2 complete here in West Lafayette, and the Broncos of Lafayette Jeff leading the Red Devils of West Lafayette 5-0. We'll take a short audio break. You're watching Bronco baseball here on the web. Sweet Lou, Jeff, who's that back here at West Lafayette? We head into the top of the 3rd inning. Broncos of Jefferson lead the West Lafayette Red Devils 5-0. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Jeff Broncos.
The batter, the third baseman, number 18, Bryce Marcus.
So Sweet Lou, we've talked about it on several broadcasts, is how crazy the game of baseball sometimes. I mean, Bryce Marcus has nothing to show for his first at bat, but he probably hit the hardest ball we've hit so far today. He smoked the line drive right to the center fielder, Zach Huffins, and again, nothing to show for. And that just shows you how crazy this game is sometimes.
No balls, 1 strike. Pitch up high for ball from Colin Merritt. One, 2 pitch. It's on the inside corner for a called strike. 2-1. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Jeff. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors for the Red Devils of West Lafayette. Wind up and pitch. Oh, and that's in little chin music there.
So Lou, I'm doing something for the first time. I'm using a little Windex as my paperweight over here for my scorecard. Got to get creative, man. It is windy.
Here's a 3-1 pitch, and that's a called strike. 3-2 now. Well, you did mention earlier you did spend some time on Alexander Field in Purdue, and boy, looks like the crowd really liked it over this year. That's all you guys talked about a lot was the attendance over there this year. What, 15 or 16 games more wins than they did a year ago?
Yeah, Sweet Lou, I will tell you, man, I am extremely jealous I didn't get a chance to play on that new Alexander Field. It is tremendous. I mean, it is just a beautiful place to watch a baseball game. And there's ball 4 to Bryce Marcus. But you know, it's interesting, Sweet Lou, because you know there are
J.T. Williams.
We've mentioned it on several of the broadcasts. There are 13 teams in the Big Ten that play baseball now. And of the 13, 9 of the schools play on all artificial surface. And so there's only 4 schools that have a natural grass field. But I'll tell you, that one at Purdue, they did not miss a beat on that thing.
Here's ball one up high to Jalen Williams. Runner on first is Marcus on that leadoff walk in the third inning. 5-0, Jeff on top. There's the line driving that is caught by the second baseman, Adams. Just almost just to the right of second base bag for out number 1.
The pitcher, number 29, Riley Everhart.
A good thing by Bryce not advancing on that. So we're taking some baby steps, but that's a step in the right direction, Sweet Lou.
Yeah, maybe some base running drills. He could have threw back and forth. Marcus out back at first, but pitch up high, ball 1 to Eberhardt.
It's one of those things where you like to see good things for Bryce Marcus because he's gotten, with a heavy laden senior team, he's gotten fewer opportunities than he'd like. But I'll tell you what, he's performed when he's gotten his opportunities.
There's called strike 1. She evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out. Marcus on at first base here in the top of the third inning. Fly ball into right
trouble.
field.
That's trouble.
Boyle.
Oh, nice job by the second baseman.
There's Adams got out there in time to make the play. So second baseman Adams with a nice play for the second out.
First base, Nick Ewell.
Tell you what, that's a nice play by Kyle Adams. When that left that, I thought that was going to potentially drop in there because I don't think Tyler Boyle, a right fielder, is going to be able to get in there. But Kyle Adams did a really nice job dropping and running, getting to a spot, and then finding the baseball. Play by second baseman Kyle Adams.
2 out. Nick Ewell up to bat. First pitch winging. There's a pop-up over our heads out play.
Yeah, you better bring your glove today.
So over there, Purdue, on your little perch, did you ever come close to getting a foul ball?
No, you know what? It's because the netting system is somewhere we are completely protected. There's no way a foul ball can get in the press box behind the plate because they're kind of chicken wire goes up and then it goes over up to the top facade or top awning. So it's completely protected. The press box will never get hit by a foul ball.
Now, if memory serves me correctly, and there's a strike, and Nick Ewell's 0-2, you guys did comment that they probably could use some more netting over there for the fans, correct?
Man, I did say.
Pop up in the infield, foul territory, shot, drops the ball.
So okay,
his glove.
So what do you do there? That's E3, right?
Yeah. I say that was an error.
But yeah, so you're asking about I think if I had all the money in the world and I could, in my opinion, matter, the addition I would make to that Purdue Stadium. Number one, you got to get a radar gun up on that scoreboard because I have to know how hard these pitchers are throwing. Number one, and that won't cost a whole lot. But number two is the netting has got to extend down the baselines because
called strike 3 is a beautiful curveball from Marriott. Gets Ewell looking to end the inning. Go ahead, Chris.
But yeah, so the netting's got to extend down the baselines, and I know people don't like that. People are against it, but I am telling you, the fans are when you sit in over the dugouts, the first and third base dugouts, you are right in the action. And how many times you see at these games where whether someone's on their phone on social media or whatever it is. And I'm telling you, there were a couple balls in that series last week against Michigan that were smoked into the stands. And I'm telling you, someone is going to get hit, and it's going to be a bad situation. So my thing is, I took my boys. We went down and watched Vanderbilt and Mississippi State last year at Vanderbilt in Nashville, and their netting goes down both baselines. I'm telling you, you get used to it. You get used to it. But I'd much rather have that and walk away with my teeth than not have the netting and I'm getting some dental work or getting a reconstructive face surgery afterwards.
Well, many Major League Baseball games, as you and I watch, they're still talking about doing that at the Major League level.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing, too, that I've seen a couple times this year at games that I've attended. You know, Justin and I were down, and he was playing.
Third inning for the Red Devils. Wearing number 9.
Sorry about that. He was playing about a team in Indiana this past October in Jupiter, Florida, and we stayed back an extra day and watched a championship game. And we're in this huge minor league stadium where the St. Louis Cardinals and Marlins, I think, share a stadium. And this kid take a swing with a wood bat, take a full swing, and the bat slipped out of his hands. It flew into the stands. And one of those things where there's like 10 people there, you know, so you're okay. But, you know, again, if you had the netting, that stopped that bat from going in there. I saw it happen at the University of Iowa in a game earlier this year. It's dangerous.
Foul ball off to the right off the bat of Zach up to the center fielder. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He's got a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Zach hit a ball pretty well to the right fielder. Cole Bridge made a good play on his first at bat.
Eberhardt winds and delivers a curveball.
Gotta hurry. Gotta hurry.
Marcus over to Ewell at first base for the out.
The batter, number 1, the catcher, Owen Walbaum.
Nice play there by Bryce Marcus. Another chopper. Had to be quick with Zach Huffman's run. He did that. I heard Zach's dad, Chris, down at the bottom yelling sick. But good play there by Bryce Marcus.
Brings up Owen Walbaum, the catcher, batting left-handed against the left-handed pitcher in Eberhardt.
And Owen
that way his ball's a little chin music there.
Yeah, Owen almost got hit again. Like I told you, he was hit his first time, but I'm still kind of rattled by that walk-up music. Jay-Z, little J by Owen Walbaum. I like that.
Pitch side for a ball. You count 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, it's one of them fields here. They've got grass in the baselines. A lot of grass.
I think grass baseline.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tell you what, if you have grass baselines, you better have some kids that can bunt. I mean, you need to use that to your advantage.
Again, ball low and away, evens the count 2-2.
But that's one thing that you and I have talked a lot about. You know, kids are too cool, too tough it's not flashy enough to bunt anymore. You know, you don't see the bunt base sits on SportsCenter, so no one wants to bunt.
There's a called strike on the outside. Runs the count 4-3-2 now to Walbaum. 3-2 coming. Here it is. That swung on and missed. Strikeout for Eberhardt.
The batter, pitcher number 7, Colin Marriott.
You know, I'm going to say Sweet Lou, and he's probably going to be mad at me for saying it, but I think I know him well enough. But another thing about youth baseball, all the years I coached youth baseball, I really hate that Mikey Kidwell. They're a really good quarterback that they've had here the last few years and not playing baseball. Mikey, I think it would have been Justin and Mikey's 11-year-old. You were playing a tournament down in Hoopeston, Illinois. Mikey made one of the best catches I've ever seen at shortstop. It was a ball in the hole, and he made a diving catch, and he was completely horizontal to the ground. I mean, it was extremely impressive. And
wow.
But that was back when Mikey was part of the Benton Central family, and they're part of the Fowler teams. But it was, I tell you, it was one of those plays I will never get.
There is good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Colin Marriott.
The third inning, the Red Devils. No
Second.
runs, no hits, no Jeff Ayers, and
That's
no
the third strikeout for Riley Eberhardt here.
Fourth into 3 innings.
We played
Jeff
3 full
5,
innings.
West Lafayette 0.
And Broncos lead West Lafayette Red Devils by a score of 5-0. Well, one score that I'm really kind of anxious to find out when I get home tonight, Chris, is, of course, following the Purdue Boilermakers, but the Indiana Hoosiers are hosting the Louisville Cardinals tonight, and I think the Hoosiers can really set the bar before they go to the Big Ten tournament here in a week or so to find out where they stand going into that tournament as they take on the Cardinals.
You know, Sweet Lou, I never thought in my life I'd be paying as much attention to Indiana baseball as I have the last couple of years. But I will tell you, folks, if you have the Big Ten Network available, that game's going to be on the Big Ten Network. But if you want to tune in to that team, I mean, Indiana's a good team, but Louisville is the number 2 ranked team in the country, and they have a player. He's a two-way player. He's their first baseman and 3 hitter, and he's their number 1 pitcher. His name is Brendan McKay. he is going to be the first or second overall pick here on June 12th. He is absolutely impressive. He's good. So if you get a chance to check him out, please do so.
Well, we hit in the top of the fourth inning, 5-0. Jeff on top here from West Lafayette, and Colin Marriott will be taking up the 1, 2, 3 and hitters for Jake McCallum.
Leadoff hitter in right field, Nick McClint.
Nick McCallum, 2 for 2 on the day, batting right-handed. Broncos hits. Wind up in the pitch, and that's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. So I've got interest in the Hoosier game tonight. Of course, like I said, see how my Reds are going to do up in the field tonight against us. There's a called strike.
Should be a good night of sports, sweet Lou.
And I did see the end of Boston and Washington in the NBA, and boy, I was just really surprised. There's ball 3, 3-1. The Boston Celtics have 1 day to rest to get ready for the defending world Cleveland Cavaliers coming to town tomorrow night there in Boston. So kind of surprised that there wasn't at least 2 or 3 days in between. Of course, Cleveland's had a week rest.
Well, to your point, I don't know if they could take a week, 2 years, whatever they want to take, but I don't know if they're going to be able to hang with LeBron and the crew.
Yeah. And holy cow! Sunday I stayed up and saw San Antonio. We got a meeting at the mound, West Lafayette's infield. I want to have a conference here, see what they're going to do. But getting back to that NBA, Golden State was down almost 21 points there at halftime against the San Antonio Spurs, and then come back and what a game that was.
You know, it's one of those things where it's funny. I actually turned the game off. They were down by 20. Golden State was down by 20 at halftime. I said, this is over. And then you have, like you said, the situation where, what is it, Zaza Pachulia, I believe they think that I watched that play, and I get Greg Popovich's sentiments. I understand it, but, man, if that's intentional, he's pretty good. I mean, and again, it's a big guy with size 17 shoes, but the other side of that is he has a history of doing things that are dirty. So he is one of those guys where you can't give him the benefit of the doubt because he is so dirty. So I don't know, man. It's tough, what stinks is I think Golden State would have won that series anyway. But when you take Kawhi Leonard out of the mix for San Antonio, that's going to be really tough for them to come back from.
Well, we got a pitching change here for the West Lafayette Devils.
I think that's Sauter, isn't it?
Is Jack Sauter,
yeah,
right-hander, coming out of the bullpen for the West Lafayette Red Devils. Broncos have a runner on first. A walk to Nick McCallum. Justin Walker will be the batter when we back to action here.
Yeah, when we played West Lafayette a couple years ago, Sweet Lou, I have to say, I think Coach Stroh's wife may take classes. My sister teaches aerobics class in one of the gyms, and Coach Stroh had got a message back to us, had some really nice things to say about Justin a couple years ago, and he's been a fan, and that's pretty cool to see an opposing coach say the things he said. So that's really cool to see.
Well, you mentioned about Justin. You're saying a couple weeks there, and he's headed down to Bloomington, huh?
Yeah, June 19th is the first day. That Monday is when they start classes. And it's one of those things where, he's got several teammates. I think it's 13 of 12 or 13 of those kids committed. Some of them may have a chance of playing a potential state championship, and the state championship for 4A is June 17th. So it could be a really quick turnaround for someone.
Well, as we said, Jack Sauter, the new right-handed pitcher for the West Lafayette Red Devils. Runner on first, and Nick McCallum and Justin Walker batting left-handed. Walker 2 for 2 on the day. Pitch on the outside corner for a called strike.
Good fastball there by Sauter on the out part of the plate for strike one.
Shot holding the runner on. There's a Little looper, shortstop. Ho has it. We're out number 2 here in the third inning. Is that out number 1? Excuse me.
Hitter, number 13, Chandler Ferguson.
That's out number 1. Excuse me.
Yeah, Justin just got it off the end of the bat. Good breaking ball there by Sauter. Justin got off the end of the bat, flies out weakly to shortstop Charlie Ho for the first out of the inning.
So now Chandler Ferguson, he takes a called strike.
It's a good breaking ball by Sauter. Gonna buckle Chandler Ferguson a little bit with that pitch.
0-1 pitch. And there's a foul ball back to the screen. It's 0-2.
Another good breaking ball by Sauter, and had Chandler kind of, you can see the backside goes flying out, and but Chandler is so long and lanky that he's able to keep that bat in the zone for a long time to fight it off.
Count still on at first base.
Good
There's a swing and a miss, and the first for
Batter, second baseman
Sauter.
wearing number 25.
That's
Clay Bowman.
that right there is a really good pitch sequence by Sauter. I mean, that was, two breaking balls had Chandler. First one buckled him, the second one he kind of reached on, and he just threw a fastball on the outside part of the plate that, I mean, I don't know if anyone could hit that. That's a tremendous pitch sequence by Jack Sauter.
That's a good location of that strike there. It's
yes, it is.
low and right at the knees to Clay Bowman. Clay 1 for 2. Stretching the pitch. That's just outside. Well, back to Ferguson. I know you're not Scott McTaggart, but you think they'll get Chandler in a little bit Thursday just to get him
It's a good
sharp
question.
a little bit. There's a called strike to get him ready for next win.
You know what, Sweet? I was thinking about that earlier today. It's a good question. I think you almost have to. I mean, because if you don't, because there's no way you can throw him on Saturday, right? I mean, and try to get him back, bring him back on Wednesday. So yeah, my guess is you go Saturday, get loose, get him back in the groove, and then you shut him down until Wednesday.
Well, nice curveball there by Sauter, and he gets Bowman.
That was
Comes
impressive.
in and strikes out 2 of the 3 batters he faced.
There were no West Lafayette.
We're in the middle of the 4th. Broncos still lead by score 5-0. Take a short audio break. You're watching Bronco baseball. Sweet Lou Jenner back here at West Lafayette. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, Broncos with a 5-0 lead here. West Lafayette sending their 4, 5, 6 hitters. Luke Tolukian 1 for 1 on the day. Batting right hand against Riley Eberhardt. Pitch on the outside for a called strike.
Luke Tolukian had a really good at bat. Doubled line drive down the right field line. His first at bat on a fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Curveball in there for one and miss. Well, Chris, you talked about Eberhard getting warmed up. Is he at that point right now, you think, where?
Yeah, that's Riley. If he gets to that first inning, because he's really good from that point on, Sweet Lou. And I'd be interested to see if this next year, if I might try to throw that breaking ball even further outside to see if we can get Luke Tolukian back. 1 ball,
2 strikes. Wind up in the pitch. There's a ground ball, Sunday hop to Justin Walker, and he throws it on the right field side, first base, and pulls Nick Ewell off the bag.
Batter number 34.
That's going to be the second error by the Broncos.
And that's the one. Oh, sweet Lord, sorry, I had my mic up. That's the one there where Justin gets a nice play, and I don't think there's any need to do the run throw on that one. He just throws it wide. There's no reason for that. That one you field, you set your feet, and you make a strong throw, and you get the out.
And that brings up Augie's shot. He takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. So West Lafayette with a off base runner here at the bottom of the fourth inning, trailing 5-0. Short lead at first 4. Now he gets off a little more, does Tolukian.
Good
Curveball on the outside corner for called strike 2, and Eberhardt getting ahead here, 0-2.
Good pitch there by Eberhardt. That curveball's got some bend to it today, Sweet Lou.
Ball down the right field line. He takes Nick Ewell, and he can't make the play. I think the wind got a hold of that one.
Yeah, that's going to be an extremely tough play for the first base, and I think the only chance you're going to have on that one is your second. Clay Bowman can go over there and kind of rescue your first base. And
you can see the flag out left field. It's blowing right straight towards the West Lafayette dugout.
Yes, it is.
No balls, 2 strikes. Now a throw to first base by Riley Eberhardt.
Got to be careful there with that pickoff move. Let's see what Riley decides to do here. So we'll see if he tries to go way outside with a pitch and see if we can get him to chase.
Pitch on the inside for ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
You know, that's the one we talked about. We talked about it a lot with Chandler Ferguson. When you get to these 0-2 counts, the pitchers they have to be more precise. That's a situation where Christian Sanders is set up way outside, and that ball ends up down and in. You know, those are the ones that get hit really hard.
1-2 pitch. Here it comes. That's a chopper. That's foul down the left field line. Count remains 1-2. Christian Sanders out to have a word with his battery mate here.
Yeah, I tell you what, Christian's been pretty chatty today. I've been seeing him before every inning. It's almost like the girls' softball games. We're having like meetings at the mound before every inning, Sweet Lou. I haven't seen that before.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Tolukian on first. There's a curveball. And that swung and missed.
He's
the
out.
catcher.
He's out.
First base is occupied.
Yes.
So
yes.
Shot is out, but you're going to.
The batter, number 19, Jack Winley.
Well, what do you think? A wild. Charlie Ho is shortstop batting.
Randy.
Now, Chris, what do you think? Pass ball or wild pitch there? That was kind of low.
Yeah. I guess you protect the catcher, and that's what you call it a wild pitch.
Okay. So Tolukian in scoring position now as he advances on the wild pitch from Eberhardt. So we've got 1 out, runner on second base for the Red Devils.
I mean, man, what are we are? This is the chattiest we've ever been, Lou. What's going on?
I don't know where it has to do with signs or.
Well, that's a good call. You know, now you have a runner on second base for the.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, I'm going to say the first time I know they've had a second base already. You should think you'd have the signals together already.
Well, the shortstop, Charlie Ho, batting right-handed. Stretching the pitch. That's down low for a ball.
It looks like a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter? Okay,
yeah.
We got a pinch hitter.
Finally. Yes,
Number 19, Jack Flannery. Batting right-handed. He
Good
goes
swing.
the other way and gets a base hit. Tolukian stops. And the ball gets by Bridge in right field.
So it should be a base hit.
So we're going to get a base hit
Hitter number 33, Adrian Sanchez.
to Cole Bridge. And we're going to get to Lucas to score on the fielding error on Bridge. And Flannery advances to second base. And the Red Devils of West Lafayette are on the board, trailing by a score of 5-1.
Yeah.
And now we've got the designated hitter, Adrian Sanchez, 0-for-1. Flannery on his second base in scoring position.
Yeah, Jack Flannery, that was a really nice piece of hitting. He comes in off the bench, hard ground ball in the right field, and takes a hop on Cole Bridge, goes by him, and so, the error, Luke Lucan was able to get on base via the error by the shortstop, Justin Walker.
Flannery, okay, thank you.
And then, he had the error by Cole Bridge in right field that allowed the first run to score there. So we have 2 errors in the inning.
Yeah. There's a call strike.
Those are it's interesting because Sean Laux, when we had him at the CC, man, he was really zone. He's a little bit calling him outside today, but he's been very consistent with it. So it's one of those where, man, if you're consistent, you can't really complain, right?
Curveball calls 3, and a nice curveball there by Eberhard that freezes Sanchez. That's out number 2.
Batter, right fielder number 2, Tyler Boyle.
So 2 out. Finally, still on at second base for the West Lafayette Red Devils. He's got a good lead out there at second. Pitch on the outside corner to Tyler Boyle, the right fielder.
Good pitch there by Eberhard. Their fastball kind of on the outer third of the plate for strike 1. Good pitch.
Swing and a miss on the curveball. 0-2, 2 outs. Flanley on at second base.
If I'm Riley here, I wouldn't even go with the waste pitch. I try to start that breaking ball right down the middle of the plate and have it break right away from the barrel. Let's see what he goes with here.
0-2 pitch.
Fastball.
Yep.
It's interesting. We talked about that before as well, where you see some umpires, they may give you what they give you to a right-handed batter. They don't give you to the left-handed batter.
Yep.
And depending on how they set up, it's tough. But that's been to a righty. That's been called a strike tonight.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch.
Oh.
Foul ball over our heads and
yes,
out.
Yes, it is. Over our head. I think someone in the press box hoping your car gets hit, sweet Lou.
Yeah.
As long as it's not
No,
the sky blue
it's
car.
off to the right a little bit. So still 1-2. Here's the pitch.
Oh.
Again.
That ball buckled Tyler Boyle a little bit. Tyler got like that thing broke down pretty hard. It's I didn't miss that much.
Count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch on the outside corner for called strike 3, and that's going to end the inning. The Red Devils, West Lafayette, do get on the board, and we've played 4 complete innings here from West Lafayette with the score Lafayette Jet 5. West Lafayette Red Devils 1. We'll take a short audio break. You're watching Bronco Baseball.
State.
Sweet Lou, Jeff Luzat back here on Chris Walker as we go into the top of the 5th inning. Batting's Cole Bridge, 0 for 2, and he gets a base hit into right field.
Really good swing by Cole Bridge. Just takes it right back up the middle, line drive up the middle for a base hit. Good swing by Cole. Got to get that run some kind of way, Sweet Lou.
So runner on first as a base hit into center field off out of Bridge. Brings up Bryce Marcus. He's 0 for 1. He takes a called strike.
He knew it. Bryce gave a head shake like, man, I wish I was swung at that one. But
Jack Sauter in relief, a right-handed pitcher, and he's done a nice job since coming in relief. Now he throws over to first, and Bridge is back safely. Stretching the pitch. There goes the runner. Pitch down low.
Great throw. Great throw.
That ball was loose. The ball was right there, but Adams couldn't make the play, and Bridge is going to be credited with a stolen base.
Wow, that's Owen Walbaum showed it off again. He threw a strike to a second baseman, Kyle Adams, and Kyle, I think, just missed it. Because Bridge, that was one of those stolen base attempts where you slide right into the tag. I mean, the throw's so perfect. Nothing you can do as a base runner. I think Kyle Adams just missed it.
Well, it's 0-2 now. Bryce Marcus, Bridge in scoring position at second base.
Well, Sweet Lou, you talked about it earlier. I see Chandler Ferguson down the line. I believe get loose with a catcher, but he must be throwing, must be bored or something.
There's a ball and it bounces away from Walbaum, and Bridge heads over to third base.
Wild pitch.
The ball was not giving much a chance for Walbaum to get that one.
No, it's one of those old 58-foot curveballs that tries to do what you can, and a lot of times you can't block it and keep it out in front of you.
So down at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bridge on at third. Marcus. Here's the pitch. He hits a line drive in a hole, a seeing eye single into left field. This comes in to score. It's now 6-1. That's 7 hits now for the Broncos to go on their 6 runs.
As I said, I mean, it's just nice to see Bryce Marcus come through. When he's been given opportunities, he looked good. I mean, I don't know how many hits he has to show for, but he's hit the ball hard in the games he's had an opportunity to play.
So nobody out. Brings up J.T. Williams to center field, a runner on first, and Bryce Marcus. Pitch on the outside corner for a called strike.
See, Lou, I think I got lucky. I look over at you, man, and you're kind of got that lather going. You're perspiring a little bit. That sun's hitting you right in the face.
Sun, yeah.
Man, here I am protected by the sun. I love it.
There's a fly ball. That is fouled by about a foot down the left field line. As J.T. Williams pulled that down the field line. That was almost extra bases.
Yeah, it would have been extra base because Luke DeLucchi and the left fielder playing really over in left center field. So that, I mean, if that line's fair, there's no way he's going to get over there to make the catch.
No balls, 2 strikes. Had a bunt attempt right back to the pitcher. And Marks is forced out as Sauter goes to second base to force out Marcus. The fielder's choice.
Yeah, it's one of those swinging bunts. JT, he's kind of, again, those swings, got out in front of a breaking ball and just hit it off the end of the bat, and it was right back to the pitcher, Jack Sauter, and he turned around and got the lead runner through a strike to his shortstop. Not nearly enough time to get J.T. Williams with good speed running to first base.
And there's a called strike to Riley Eberhardt. Well, I had the privilege of interviewing a Tippecanoe County living legend today of my website. There's a pitch down the dirt, and Williams around second. He's turning on the burners. He's going to go into third base on the wild pitch. So a nice piece of base running by Williams. Wild pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike, and Williams now on at third base.
That was. That's good to see. You don't see that very often. A 2-base wild pitch there, and JT was hustling from the start. Like I said, he gets those long legs moving, and he just strides out there. It's good speed. So now makes it a lot easier for Eberhard to be productive in his bat and get himself an RBI.
1 ball, 1 strike. He swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chuck Holly.
Oh.
Got to talk to Chuck today, and he had a couple stories. One, the baseball story. He got drafted by the Minnesota Twins. There's a pitch down low for a ball, and his manager down in the winter leagues in Florida was Billy Martin.
Oh my Lord! Fire plug.
Yep. And anyway, they were, and the only reason I talked to him beforehand. There's a line drive into right field, and that's going to be caught by Boyle tagging his Williams, and he comes in to score on the sacrifice fly. So you got that right, Chris. As Eberhard RBI chance, and he does the job.
It's a really nice job there by Eberhard. That's a hard hit drive to the right fielder Tyler Boyle. But let's give Tyler Boyle some credit. I mean, JT Williams can really fly, and Tyler came up, and for a freshman, that's a pretty darn strong throw here to plate, a one hopper. And I tell you what, if JT would have taken anything off of that, if he didn't sprint all the way through, he may have been out on that play.
Ground ball off the bat of Nick Ewell. The shortstop trying to make the play and can't do it. Is Flannery.
The batter, the catcher, number 22.
So that's probably be another error, right?
Yeah, it would go down in the 6, but I tell you, it's tough infield today. I mean, that ball.
Is that Flannery?
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 Number 15.
I believe it is Flannery.
Okay, he can't. Okay. We got a ground ball. We got an E6. Ewell on it for base. Well, anyway, getting back to my stories, we got Nick McCallum at 2 for 2 up to bat. They were playing in the minor leagues, winter league, and Billy Martin was his manager, and they were in the Cincinnati Reds, and they brought in Chuck. Beautiful curveball there for a called strike. And anyway, Tony Perez came up, the bases loaded, and he had a foul ball in foul territory that was a swing, and that's a nice curveball. I'll finish that story in a moment. As the inning ends, Broncos do come up a run, or 2 runs, excuse me. They come up 2 runs. They got a runner left on base. We're in the middle of the 5th with the score Lafayette just 7 and West Lafayette Red Devils 0. Getting back to my story, anyway, the first baseman, kind of like a can of corn, except he dropped it. So he had to throw another pitch to Tony Perez with the bases loaded. Guess what happens?
Probably a grand salami.
So he said he'd never forget that. But Chuck was a great interview today. He graduated from Broad Ripple in 1958. So if you look around those times, the state of Indiana, late 50s, and yes, he playing down in Indianapolis. He got to play some street ball with the big Oscar Robson. And in fact, in 1954, he was at Eagle Fieldhouse when Milan beat Muncie Central in the state championship. Basically started the ESPN greatest movie ever in Hoosiers.
You Indiana folks and your Hoosiers.
So we're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. 7 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for Jeff. 1 run, 2 hits, 4 errors for West Lafayette Red Devils.
The batter, number 4, second baseman, Kyle Adams.
Here we go again with this meeting on. I don't know what this is all about. So it's something new that they're trying. I guess it's worked so far. So
yeah, I don't know where that something come from the dugout. They just decided to start doing it. Kyle Adams, the second baseman, ready to step into the batter's box. And just as you mentioned, the bullpen for Broncos being busy, and now it's quiet as a church mouse down there. Now there's a called strike.
Yeah, I think Chandler's probably just wanting to go get loose. Chandler, he just loves to throw baseball. He's on little rubber arms. He doesn't seem to get sore very often, so he wants to throw as much as possible.
Everhart inside for a ball. Even to count 1 ball, 1 strike.
What? They missed that much inside. I mean, it's had some good tailing action on it.
Yeah, it was was coming back. I know the batter, Adams, probably gave up on it.
Good swing.
Line drive, and that is foul down the right field. And good wood off the bat of Kyle Adams.
You're right. That's a really good swing there by the second baseman, Kyle Adams. It's a really good idea. Just missed it foul.
1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball stays out. Evens the count 2-2. There's a ground ball. Third baseman Marcus. He can't make a play.
Tell you what.
Tried to pick up with his glove, and he didn't have it in his glove when he picked it up, so that's probably going to be another error.
Yeah, it's another E5. It's
Number 9.
tough out there.
Zach
I mean,
Hubbins.
it's a hitter. You got to take notes, try to hit the ball hard on the ground today. I mean, if you can do that, you may have some luck.
Well, each team now with 4 errors. But the column that counts as runs, the Broncos 7-1. And that'll bring up Zach Huffins, the center fielder, and he swings and misses.
It's a good fastball again on the outside part of the plate to Zach. He just swung through it just a little bit away from his barrel. And Zach smartly gets on top plate a little bit more this next pitch.
Stretching the pitch. Curveball just outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
It's a good hitter. That's a smart hitter making an adjust there.
Well, just look at the outfield. It looks like they think he's going to go the other way with it because Kalman's playing shallow in left field. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think Nick is relying on that wind to knock anything down that's hitting the air toward him. But Zach's got some pop.
Short lead first for Adams. Stretching the pitch, and that's down the dirt. Ball 3 and 1 now. Seven to 1. Lafayette Jeff on top here in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's a ball strike. Count right at the knees. 3-2 now.
Wow. Zach's about 6'2", 6'3". That may have looked a little down. Riley Everhart got the benefit of the call there. If West Lafayette fans didn't like it.
Pitch inside, ball 4.
Someone needs to go talk to Riley.
The batter, the catcher, number 1, Owen Walbaum.
And there goes Coach Taggart to talk to his junior pitcher.
Well, that puts runners on first and second and got nobody out. Adams on at second. Huffins on at first base. Another guy wouldn't hurt, and he has come in is Clay Bowman. So I don't know where this is a situation. It goes any farther. I mean, Clay came in the other night. Yep. Coach McTaggart's going to leave him in.
Well, Riley's going to stay. Everhart's going to stay out there, and he still has a 6-run lead. But the weather, the conditions, you just never know. You don't want to take anything for granted. How many times have you and I talked about in high school baseball with aluminum bats, the game's never over, right?
Yep, you never have enough runs.
That's right.
Everhart hits the outside corner, called strike to Owen Walbaum.
Owen's 0 for 1 today. HBP and a strikeout. Strikeout swinging in the 3rd.
There's a line drive, and that is over Walker's head into left center field for a base hit.
The batter,
Walbaum.
the pitcher, number 28, Jack Sauter.
3rd hit now for West Lafayette, and that's going to load the bases.
West Lafayette's in business. Base loaded, no outs. That's what they want.
Adams now on at 3rd, Huffins at 2nd, Walbaum at 1st, brings up pitcher Jack Sauter, he can help himself here, batting right-handed. Stretching the pitch. It's on the outside corner for a called strike. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. No place to put Sauter here. Pitcher versus pitcher.
I tell you, if you're Riley, you take a ground ball play in place of a run here.
Nice pitch. Right at the knees.
Take a 6-4 or 4-6-3 and we give up a run, but you like to see those 2 outs get up on the board with 1 pitch.
Well, let's see what Everhart does here. He's ahead 0-2. Whether he gives Sauter something to hit or he wastes the pitch. He's going after him and he swings and fouls.
That's too good of a pitch.
Yeah, we've talked about that a number of times on the broadcast. How many times we really can't say, but you could probably ask some of the managers, and they probably find some of the guys in Major League Baseball. They give somebody a hit with 0-2.
Yeah, it's just, it's one of those things where those pitches are too good 0-2. Especially in high school baseball, heck, you can throw 3 or 4 inches more outside. You may get a call from some of the umpires. You don't have to be too fine at all.
Again, the 0-2 pitch, curveball in for called strike 3, and that's a big out for Riley Eberhard.
Number 10, the left fielder, Tulukian.
One out here. Bases are still loaded. Watch out for this guy, Luke Tulukian. He can hurt us here. Hit one in the gap. I think McCallum's a little bit shallow and left.
He is.
He's going to go to right field. A line drive. Nick Ewell, and he's going to double up. Ball bomb at first base. And, boy, there's pitcher's best friend. As Tulukian hit that right on the numbers, going the other way, but hit it right at Nick Ewell. And Ewell then touches first base. Ball bomb was off the plate, or off the base. So we played head to the 6th inning. And Lafayette Jeff leading by a score of 7-1. Take a short audio break. You're watching Bronco baseball.
In the 6th inning.
Sweet Lou F. Luzat are back here at West Lafayette. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, Broncos, Lafayette Jeff leading West Lafayette Red Devils by a score of 7-1. 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Broncos. Justin Walker. Walker 2 for 3 on the day, and he takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. And Jack Sauter done a nice job coming in relief.
Yes, he has. He's been extremely sharp since coming into the game.
Foul ball off to the left, out of play. Broncos a 3 spot in the top of the 2nd inning. And they got a 2 spot in the top of the 5th, whereas West Lafayette got their lone run in some of the 4th. That's where we're at 7-1.
Let's see if Sauter tries to go outside.
Line drive foul down the left field line. That's out of play. And Walker protecting himself 0-2.
Yeah, he's got to keep that top hand. Looks like he hurt his hand on that top hand on the swing. I was just saying, this is when you got to really battle, keep that top hand strong. Just try to hit a line drive over the third baseman's head here.
Again, the 0-2 pitch coming. There's a line drive, and that's going to be
in
the gap between left and center field, and Justin Walker with a leadoff double here in the top of the sixth inning.
It's a good swing. It's a good swing there by Justin. Gets a barrel out and drives the ball left center field gap for a double. Love to see him. I mean, he's starting to listen a little bit, Sweet Lou. Maybe maturing a little bit before he goes off to college. You know, he kept the bat head up and hit a hard line drive to the backside of the field. That's. I told him we were talking about the game on Saturday against McCutcheon, and I told him, I said, I know when you're coming back, I've seen you long enough, when you're breaking up the hump, when you start hitting the ball hard the other way, and that's what he did on Saturday, and it carried over. That's a good.
So we got a pinch hitter.
Chase Swingle.
Chase Swingle batting for Justin Walker here in the sixth inning. Or for Chandler Ferguson, excuse me. Justin Walker on second base with a leadoff double.
Well, we have complained and complained and complained. I have. I'll take the blame for this. I've complained and complained and complained about Mother Nature so far this spring. But, man, Sweet Lou, the last couple of days, well, the weekend that we had for the
Mother's Day was outstanding.
Mother's Day was outstanding. And then the weather the last 2 days. I mean, this is, you know, it doesn't have to get any warmer than this for me. I mean, this is, I can live this year round.
Well, Swingle steps in. He takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Sauter stretches pitches. Again on the outside corner for called strike 2. That looked like the same location and the same level. 0-2 now to Chase Swingle.
Chase got to get on top of the plate and protect it.
Walker short lead at second. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball foul.
It's a good job. That's what you do on that. Get on top of the plate a little bit. And if he throws your breaking ball in, just fight it off and get yourself another opportunity.
Sauter gets his sign. Again, the 0-2 pitch coming. That's outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, it's good to see Coach McTaggart getting some of these guys in, other guys off the bench, some swings. You never know what you're going to run into next week.
That's
There's
right.
a check swing, and that's up for a ball 2-2.
That is extremely accurate there, Sweet Lou. You're going to need everyone on board. Someone's going to have to be ready because it's going to come out. Someone's going to have to come off the bench, make a big hit, maybe get a bunt down or something. You know, we've watched enough baseball. That always happens that way.
Here's a 2-2, and that's swung on and missed. And down goes Swingle. First out of the inning.
The batter, number 25, the second baseman, Clay Bowman.
So Walker's still on at second base. 1 out, brings up Clay Bowman, the second baseman.
Justin better be careful.
There's a swing and a miss as a pitch up in Bowman's eyes.
He just threw a fastball right by Clay that time. I don't think if he tries it again, I think Clay's going to be prepared for it.
Curveball outside. He evens the count 1-1.
Getting some updates from the McCutcheons playing Brownsburg at home over there. Sweet Lou and McCutcheons jumped all over the Hoosier old HCC foe. They're up 7-0.
Wow. There's a called strike, 1-2. Well, I know Hamilton Southeastern's having a good year in that Hoosier Crossroads Conference this year.
Yeah, they are. Fishers is the number 2 team in the state. There, I coached one of their stud pitchers this past summer, and he is Fishers is really good, really good.
Curveball, strike 3 as Bowman got frozen on that curveball. Looked at it, and it curved over into the heart of the plate for out number 2.
You know, let's give Jake Sauter credit. I think he's one of the 3 seniors, but man, he has come in and really held the Broncos at bay for the most part. He's looked pretty good.
Cole Bridge 1 for 3 on the day. Well, the bottom line here is Sauter has thrown strikes. He's not thrown anything too wild. He's around the plate on almost every one of his pitches.
That's a good call, Sweet Lou.
Again, Walker on at second. He's got a little better leader. And it looks like Sauter took some off his curveball there. Had Bridge out in front.
Now let's see if Cole makes an adjustment, because Cole has made a couple adjustments. He's hit balls really well the last couple of games. Let's see what he does here. here.
That curve on Sauter, outstanding job as he strikes out Bridge to end the inning. So we head on the 6th inning. Broncos still lead by a score of 7-1. We'll take a short audio break. You're watching Bronco baseball here on the web. Sweet Lou Jeff Luzatter as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here. Bob Nicholson bringing in YMCA to get us started.
I didn't see you dancing here in the press box, Sweet Lou.
Playing good warm-up music here. As the Red Devils of West Lafayette, 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Riley Eberhardt, the starter for the Broncos.
Batter, first base,
6 out away. 6 outs away from a complete game. 7-1 Lafayette. Jeff on top. Wind up in the pitch, and that's outside for a ball.
Sweet Lou, I know we were talking about the errors earlier. I was looking at the wrong sheet. So yeah, we do have 4 errors. We have an E6, E4, E9, E5.
Yeah, I got 4 errors for each team.
Yes, correct.
There's ball 2. So we need to get Riley to finish up here. If he can get through here, he could get 9-1-2. If you get the next, or 8-9-1, if he can get these next 3 to, there's a called strike on the outside.
It's a little bit out, but like I said, Sean Locks has been very consistent with it. Should be a surprise here in the 6th inning.
There's a line drive into center. That's going to fall in front of T.T. Williams. And that's a base hit. And that's the 4th hit now for West Lafayette.
Jack Flanley.
So that brings up Jack Flanley. He came in a couple innings to play shortstop.
Probably got a base hit.
He probably got a base hit. He's first. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
There's a called strike through the heart of the plate.
And that pitch he just took looked just like the one he swung at a hard ground ball in the right field there.
0-1 pitch. And there's a base hit.
Oh.
Second baseman Bowman underhands to Walker to first. And that's a 4-6-3 double play by the Broncos. Nice execution there by the infield for Lafayette Jeff.
It's a really nice play. Nice turn by Clay Bowman to get over there because I'm like you. I thought that was a base hit up the middle. Clay Bowman fielded pretty easy. Flipped to Justin and threw a strike over to first base. Really, really nice.
So base is empty now. 2 outs. Adrian Sanchez, the designated hitter, takes a strike. So 2 outs. Curveball stays up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You can even hear Sean Locks, home plate umpire, here that stayed up, and I agree with him. That did stay up.
Here's a pitch. High and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the same pitch, high and away, and it's now 3-1.
It really find it. You don't want to walk here. I mean, go at him. He can't hit a 7-run homer right here.
That's right. There's the pitch through the heart of the plate, and it counts full, 3-2. 2 outs, bases empty here, bottom of the 6th inning. There's a swing and a miss. A nice comeback there by Riley Eberhardt. That double play helped out tremendously. So we played 6 complete here from West Lafayette. Lafayette Jeff still remain. Score 7-1. Take a short audio break. You're watching Bronco baseball. Sweet Lou Jeff was out back here with Walker, my sidekick, as we head to the top of the 7th inning here from West Lafayette. Lafayette Jeff leading by a score of 7-1. Jack Sauter on the mound in relief for the West Lafayette Red Devils. He's going to face 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Bryce Marcus, and he hits a ball in right field. Boyle has it for out number 1.
No, I think that's a defensive. A new right fielder, because Tyler Boyle's a lefty. I don't know who it is. That's not Tyler Boyle. Tyler's a little lefty.
Anybody got any, find out who that right fielder is?
Number 6, center fielder, J.T. Williams.
He's so far away, I can't even see a number out there, Sweet Lou. No, Tyler Boyle's a lefty. That's not. There's a new right fielder out there.
Well, 1 up, 1 down. J.T. Williams, the center fielder, swings, fouls back to the screen. 1 out here in the 7th. Base is empty. Here's a cold strike in there to Williams. Yeah, he's now in a hole, 0-2.
That right fielder may be Forbes, Sweet Lou, but not sure yet.
0 balls, 2 strikes to Williams. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and missed. That's out number 2 here for the Lafayette Jet Broncos here at the top of the 7th.
The pitcher, Riley Eberhardt.
So quickly, 2 up, 2 down here for the Broncos in the 7th. Looks like we got a pinch hitter.
Clay Jones.
Clay Jones.
Pinch hitting, number 9, Clay Jones.
Clay Jones, number 9, pinch hitting for the Broncos. Jones batting for Eberhardt here in the 7th. I'm sure Riley will be re-entering. There's a pitch up high for a ball.
Yeah, you can get that back, keep sharp. Because Clay's been leadoff man a lot lately, and Nick McCallum has done a really nice job. So I mean, we have some options.
Pitch down low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
Like I talked about it too before. I mean, Clay's been, I think, pretty darn good at third base when he's played. I mean, Bryce Marcus looked good there today. So, I mean, we have plenty. It's just one of those tough years. You have a bunch of seniors, and these guys can play some ball, but there's only so many spots.
Yeah. 3 balls, no strikes. You got that right. You got 7. You got 9 positions out here, unless we go to slow pitch softball rules and play 10 or 11. Pitch on the outside corner for a call strike. 3-1 out of Clay Jones. Comes a 3-1 pitch, and that's down low, ball 4. So a 2 2-out walk. Pinch hitter Clay Jones. And that's Nick Ewell, the number 9 batter in the Bronco batting order, the first baseman batting left-handed.
Next batter, number 34, first baseman, Nick Ewell.
Ewell 0 for 3 on the day. Pitch outside for a ball. Again, the Broncos' next game will be Thursday at senior night, weather permitting, as we'll host Indianapolis Lutheran.
I don't know much at all about them. Do you know
No,
anything
I
about them?
don't. There's a
Stu?
called strike. I think we've ever played Indianapolis Lutheran. It would be the first time for Lafayette Jeff. 1-1 pitch coming. That's in the dirt for a ball. 2 balls a strike. I'm thinking the Purdue Boilermakers are over at Municipal Stadium tonight, aren't they? I don't know who the opponent is.
It
but
is
I think,
IPFW. It's
IPFW.
What are they,
Yeah,
like
they're on the
Macedons or
after
something like that?
Yeah. There's a ground ball to the second baseman, Adams. He goes to first base, and that'll end the inning. So Broncos, no runs here.
7th inning.
We head to the bottom of the 7th inning.
Jeff 7, Red Devils 1.
Broncos, we head to the top or the bottom of the 7th inning. Broncos, Lafayette Jeff leading West Lafayette Red Devils 7-1. We'll take a short audio break. You're watching Bronco baseball.
Looks like
Sweet Lou Jeff Luzatter back here. Gord Lemming Field and West Lafayette as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning.
The batter for the
Lafayette
Red
Jeff
Devils,
Broncos
number
leads
3,
by a score of 7-1. We have
right
some
fielder.
defensive changes for the Broncos. Now pitching, Clay Bowman. Now playing third base, Clay Jones, and now playing second base is Bryce Marcus.
Sweet Lou, the right fielder, the gentleman that came in right field last half inning, is number 3, Aiden Forbes. And he's going to
Forbes in right field, and he's batting right now.
You got it.
So Adrian Forbes, right fielder, batting right-handed, ready to face Clay Bowman. Pitch on the outside for a called strike. Well, I know you did your homework, Chris, because I threw a curveball at you regarding that save for the last 3 innings. Obviously, Clay Bowman with a 7-1 lead is not going to hit for a save this time, but there's a line drive right at Justin Walker, and that looked like a dying quail there. That was hit off the end of the bat. And instead of taking off like a rocket, it just kind of looked like it died before it got to Walker's glove.
It sure did. But yeah, that's one of those things that we talked about, that save rule, man. I can't believe that. That's just crazy to me.
So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning for West Lafayette. Second baseman Kyle Adams takes a called strike from Clay Bowman. Well, our four pitchers pitch high and away. Chandler Ferguson, Riley Potts, Riley Eberhardt, and now Clay Bowman. Hopefully can maybe get us a second victory in the next week.
That would be nice.
There's a ground ball to the second baseman, Marcus, over the base, and that was a close play there as Marcus gets it over to Ewell for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 9, Zach Huffin.
So the Red Devils of West Lafayette down to their last out is Zach Huffins, the center fielder, 0 for 2 on the day.
We've been able to keep him off the base. Well, we've been able to hold him off. He's gotten on base via walk his last time in the 5th.
There's a called strike. Bowman winds and delivers. There's a chopper to Walker at shortstop. Long throw, and that's over Ewell's head. Hitting second base is Huffins. And that'll be another error.
Yep, that's going to be
Error number 5.
But, you know, that's what speed does, though. Justin knows his buddy Zach Huffins hits that ball to him in a hole, and he winds up to throw it hard. He just overthrows it. And, you know, it's one of those things where I think even if it's down on the base, I don't think he's going to get Zach, but you got to keep the throw. You got to keep the throw down, you know. But that's what speed does to you. It'll speed you up defensively and it forces you to do those kind of things.
So Owen Mulbaum now batting. He fouled right over our head and out of play. So another error for the Broncos. They now take over the lead in errors.
Yep.
With 5
ugly
versus
defensively.
4 for West Lafayette. Here's a 0-1. There's a chopper. First baseman Ewell underhand Bowman, and that ends the ball game.
Final score: Lafayette Jeff 7, West Lafayette 1. Thank you for coming on this beautiful night, and drive home safely.
So the final score: Lafayette Jeff 7 runs on 9 hits and 5 errors. West Lafayette ran on 4 hits and 4 errors. And the winning pitcher is going to be Riley Eberhardt. For Jeff, the loser is going to be Marriott. No save for Bowman. Broncos now 17, 5, and 2. West Lafayette falls to 15 and 8. And other than on the field, Chris, I mean the pitching staff only gave up 4 hits, so other than fielding, not a bad day for Lafayette Jeff.
No, you know, you come in, you get the hit the ball a little bit, score early, and good things happen. So not a bad day for the Broncos. We'll clean up this stuff defensively, but you know, we'll take a win's a win. Got to keep adding them up.
Well, again, our final score: Lafayette Jeff 7, West Lafayette 1. Our next broadcast will be Thursday from Loeb Stadium. That'll be a 6 o'clock start. That'll be senior night. 13 seniors here for the Lafayette Jeff Broncos, as we'll host Indianapolis Lutheran. So again, final score 7-1 Jeff for West Lafayette. For Chris Walker, I'm Sweet Lou Jeff Luzatter. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget the archives. So long.